maybe we can talk about some of those things you were mentioning in terms of what you see as the problems with funding. So, speaking from my own personal experience, right, we work specifically with SaaS companies,
Yeah.
and many of those SaaS companies come to us because they want to scale up using paid media. You guys have had the luxury where you haven't had to do paid media, which is actually quite a rare case. And in a lot of examples I've seen, basically I've seen this multiple times. They'll say, okay, we're at Series A, we want to get to Series B, we're trying to get the next funding round. It's come, you have to prepare 6 months in advance, and for this we need to show growth, we need to hit these targets, we have the investors leaning on our shoulders to hit these targets so we can get to the next round. And they'll literally have come to us and said, like, hey, we just need to like really throw some fuel on the fire, and don't worry so much about profitability, we're happy to even maybe lose money as long as we can show the growth. And it's like, it's this game, right, that people play. It's just about like getting to the next round, inflating numbers using revenue. So like, what are your thoughts on what's broken with funding in SaaS companies?
Yeah, I think it's. I think you showed the first issue. It's like people don't talk about like profitability, and the issue is like if you're not profitable, for example, on your ads, like how are you like thinking that when you scale it will become profitable? Like it don't really make sense because you have like
Hmm.
lots of like barrier and audience saturation and so many more things, and on top of it, I think like. The more money you have, the more decision you have to make. It's like when you don't have money, you need to focus on the channels that don't require to spend money, and those channels are essentially you talking to customers that cost your time, but it doesn't cost money. You reaching out to people, like it's very like cheap, or to do this on LinkedIn, it's basically also like only time. And I feel like again, like for me, raising money it's a huge defocus from the founders. You mentioned it, and it's 100% true. You have to spend like 4 to 6 months, and this is when things go quite fast. Like for I'm talking like maybe like seed or Series A, when the company is not like at with sexy numbers. When you have like really sexy numbers, it can be like much faster. And I think we were lucky, with that. But if you don't, it will take a lot of time. It's a lot of hassle, and you lose like the key objective or company, which is like really providing value to your customers. I think like the best money you can get and the best fundraising is actually like from your customers. So having
Yep.
customers paying monthly is the best fundraise you can do, because that you're providing value, that you're like on the right track, and basically then everything can be like about recommendation, word of mouth, and growing like this. Growing organically doesn't mean growing slow. And I think like lots of people think that organic is slow, but that's not the case.
No.